I am here on my main account, and I am going to pull the most sacred shards I've ever pulled at once. So compared to some of the other accounts I pull on and some whales out there, it's not that much. But for little old me, I'm going to pull 11 sacred shards today, and I'm ready to rock and roll. So why am I doing this, and how is this the most? I've been playing Raid since 2019. Frankly, back in the day, before fusions got completely out of hand with the summoning requirements, I would only use sacred shards for 2x. There was never a time I could stockpile, maybe occasionally. Let's say there was rarely a time I would stockpile double-digit sacred shards, and I would try to never pull more than 9 or 10, because usually I'd want some left over in case there was some surprise event, fusion, whatever it may be. We got 16 now. I'm going to pull 11. Now, why is 11 the magic number? We have the Thalin Foulbeard fusion. And to get the extra copy of the epic, Narok's Blackhorn over here, you need 6,100 points. So 12 sacreds obviously would be 6,000. You get 500 points per sacred. I'm going for 11. That's 5,500. I already have 310 points. So that puts us at 5,810. And then that puts us, 290 mystery shards away. So we're going to get there with the mystery shards. I don't want to overextend myself on the sacreds. I'm still pulling 11. 11's my favorite number, if anyone cares. It's my number in baseball. It's a number I've always liked. I like the symmetry of those ones. So yeah, let's get after it. First things first, why am I interested in Narok's Blackhorn? It's quite the cool kit. It really is. And I actually want him for my account, not just to ease the pressure and the requirements of the fusion. I want a copy of Narok's for myself. He just has a ton of crowd control, a ton of manipulating of the other enemy units you're facing up against because of his tremendous amount of provoking. He's got this over here, an AoE provoke. Unfortunately, it's only a 75% chance. Kind of hate to see that. 4-turn cooldown, but that's pretty dang solid. Additionally, whenever an enemy attacks an ally under an ally protect buff, he has a 15% chance to place a provoke on the attacker for 1 turn. He puts out ally protect from his A2. He also puts a counter attack out on himself, so he gets to do more basics. And what is the basic? It is a very nice decreased speed, 50% chance when booked. This is the kind of turn meter slowdown manipulation with the provoking lockout. Beautiful thing I like. Is he the best epic in the game? No. But will he help me a ton in certain things in Cursed City, maybe some secret rooms, and especially faction wars? Absolutely. He also has this excellent faction war aura, 30% increased defense in the faction crypts. He's someone I'll probably end up making a guide on once I have him built out, because I think he is very cool. So let's get summoning. I'm going to be very fast here in explaining why I'm going for what I'm going for. I think the epic is pretty self-explanatory. There's Isilnia. She's pretty dang good, and she's a Mikage fusion epic. I already have her. Then there's Ugo. I've pulled 3 copies of her. And then there's Phenax, who is absolutely tremendous, and I do not have. For the legendaries, there are some excellent options here. You kind of can't go wrong. But for me, it came down to the new guy over here, the Balrog, Grakos, Turndrake. Quite the kit he's got. I like this A3, 3-turn cooldown, increased defense, and a block damage. I will say the block damage is only for 1 turn, which to me feels kind of clunky. There's this A2, which is very strong on a 3-turn cooldown. He's an HP-based DPS. He's going to do 2 AoE hits. The first hit is ignoring 25% of defense and placing a big version decreased defense on the targets. The second hit is placing a block buffs, which we obviously love. And also, both of those 2 hits will ignore 25% of resistance when hitting targets with less than 50% HP. Pretty cool mechanic. Finally, a nice A1 that's ignoring defense here, and it heals allies with 50% or less HP by 10% of this champ's HP. He obviously has a very large HP pool as an HP-based legendary champion. Really cool choice, especially if you want something new and shiny. But for me, it's got to be Feral. This passive over here enables strictly unique things, 4 or more buffs, which is what you're going to have later on in the game against bosses in hard content when you're building your team comps right. He's enabling all of this, increasing allies' resistance by 50, accuracy by 50, and increasing their damage dealt by 20%. It is hard to find units in this game who have unique ways to boost damage. This is important because it scales with everything else. It's pretty awesome. This A3, increased res with the perfect veil on a 4-turn cooldown. Phenomenal for a lot of stuff, especially Hydra. We've got this A3, more block buffs, so similar to the Turndrake, and then we get decreased accuracy. That can help when he's putting out the increased resist for us. We're going to be able to resist a lot of stuff a lot more easily. And then we also have a decreased speed here on the A1. 100% chance when booked up, and ignores 20% of res on bosses. This guy is a boss killer. He lowers the gear requirement for your team so tremendously. I really hope we pull him. But I've already spent enough breath on it, because what are the chances we're going to pull either of these guys? Fenax, I hope we get him. With 11 Sacreds, and we're probably going to pull 11 Epics, I really hope we get him. And then Fearall, that is a pipe dream. We've got like a 4% chance to pull him, something like that. All right, guys, wish me luck. Time to get pulling. I don't know exactly what my pity is at. I would guess it's at about 3, so we're not getting any guarantees here. We're going to have to get a little lucky. Come on, Fearall. Come on, Fenex. We're pulling 11. Most Sacreds I've ever done. Been playing raid for 6 years. How's that possible? Start off with Fenex? No, we got Hoscarl. We do have a 20x on Fenex now. Hoscarl's kind of cool. I do need help in the barbs. He could help us there, right? He's got this big faction Crypts aura, actually the same like Narox for the Skinwalkers. Then he's got this stun cleanse with an increased defense and increased res. That could potentially help us. And then he's got this nice chance to put out stuns. So this is a 75% chance when booked. He also can decrease turn meter on enemies under stun. There's some cool stuff going on in this kit. He himself is immune to stun. And then over here, more stuns. He was actually an epic fusion back in the day. Not like an epic fusion the way Narox is, fodder to go into a legendary fusion. He was his own fusion. Us old raid graybeards know that. It was pretty easy fusion. I wish they did stuff like that more often. Maybe in the little breaks between fusions, they could slip those in. I think that'd be fun. All right, 10 more. After this, we're out of the double digis. What's it going to be? Another epic. Mistress of Hymns. She is a reviver, but we did get Udex Artor for free in Sacred Order, and I've already finished my Sacred Order. Also, I hate her kit. She is incredibly stat hungry. Really not a fan. Let's just keep it moving. You might have seen right over my head, we saw that alert. We are now pushed up to the 25x on Fenax. We have 9 more pulls, very likely 9 more epics. If we don't get Fenax, I will lose my mind. Fenax is one of the very best epics in the game. Please. All right, Kalia, excuse me. No comment. We're not going to get Fenax, are we? This game, man. Oh my God. Please. Another epic, of course. And we got Fayne. Phyla. I wish I got Fayne. Phyla. That's a dupe of her, but that's a faction guardian. So we're almost done with the dwarf faction guardians. Dwarfs are my best faction, my most pulled faction, which is appropriate because they are my favorite faction. We got 7 more. Already, it's only 7. Kind of sad. Still no Fenax to speak of. That's what I want to come out of this with. If I come out of this with a Fenax, I'm happy. Fenax. Oh my God. Rockbreaker, I think that might be a dupe. I'm not sure. If it is a dupe, that finishes my faction guardians, but I don't think it is. 6 more. We're already, after this, we're over halfway. No Fenax. Please. Oh my God. That's a dupe, so that's a faction guardian. We'll take it. This feels so bad. This is such like a bad way to use your sacreds, but it's like, what else are you going to do? Do it on a 2x and also get nothing, for me at least? I'm going to keep stockpiling the second we're done with this, but this feels terrible. And the idea that we're going to probably go over 11 on Fenax is unbelievable, right? The first 2 is 15x, then 20x. The subsequent 9 are all 25x. We still have 5 more. You never know. 5 more at 25x. I swear to God. Please. There it is. Oh my God. Nub raids himself. Amazing pull. We love it. Fenax is just completely broken. He's stronger than so many legendaries in this game. He's a unit you're dying to pick up. Take my word for it. This A1, man, when it's ascended, the multipliers are through the roof. He places an extra hit if they're under any debuffs at all. He doesn't have to have placed them. And then if he gets that kill, he does a block revive. I recently pulled Rotos, the Lost Room, a couple weeks ago. Another block revive mechanic. Fenax, Rotos. That's going to be a lot of cool stuff as we progress in Hard Ice Golem. And frankly, he's just so good in so much content because he hits so hard. And don't sleep on the rest of the kit. We've got a block buffs or a chance for block active skills on the A2. And then this A3, man. Big version decreased defense, big version decreased speed. Only a 60% chance, 65 with sniper, but a 4-turn cooldown and it hits really hard. He's a beast. He is a beast. I guess the one bad thing is he's Sacred Order, which is one of my strongest factions. I already beat 21 on it in the normal faction crypts. But hey, I mean, this is what we were looking for, and we got it. We got 4 more chances. Maybe we'll get a dupe for faction guardians, or who knows? Maybe we're going to get that beautiful Christmas tree. 4 more Sacreds, baby. 4 more. It's definitely all going to be epics. Okay, that's a cool pull. Another Sacred Order. We got Anchor right over here. He is a buff extender, which is something I really don't have. Removes one random debuff from all allies, so a mini cleanse, and then increases the duration of all buffs by 1 turn. You have a shot to get very lucky with books and snag this with just 2. We've got a full single target heal here and placing an increased crit rate and crit damage big version on all allies for 2 turns. So that's some nice stuff. You could definitely fit him into, if I went for like a Brogni, infinite shield, giant shield kind of team. I'm lucky to have Brogni. He could fit in nicely because, I've needed some buff extenders. There's a lot of units I haven't pulled yet that would have helped with that. So this is a nice little pickup. And then the A1 Warm Embrace, we got this AoE, heals the ally with the lowest HP by 10% of the damage inflicted. Can't imagine he's inflicting much damage the way you're going to build him. But this is a nice little kit. He's a little slow. Obviously, this will go up as you build him, but he's on the slower side for what the kit implies. But quite a nice little champion. Not super OP or something, but he'll have a place probably in some way on the account. We got 3 more. Can we get a gold? Is that so much to ask? It is. It's too much to ask. There we got Lady Quillin. Don't mind if I goddamn do. Okay. Don't care about the kit. If I'm not mistaken, yes sirree, right? There she is, Lady Quillin. I was still missing her. That's my first copy. So we are officially now 3 epics away. 3 epics away. I already got my Lockwing. I've built out these guys for the next Champ Chase Diffuse or whenever I need them. Then we're missing Yolfrig, this nasty guy. And then we're missing Endalia. I didn't get Endalia? No, I was counting on getting her from the Magic Champ pool we had, which was a great pool for me, but we didn't get Endalia. So we need Endalia, and then we need Enda Moonbeam. So it's 3. Yolfrig, Moonbeam, Endalia. We love that pickup. We love that Lady Quillin pickup. Thrilled about it. 2 more Sacreds. Are we going to see gold today? Yes! Okay, Fushan. We'll take it. We need help in the Lizardmen. Fushan is a really good kit. This is one of the OG legendary champions of Raid Shadow Legends. We got this all battles speed aura. Don't sleep on this. This gives him use in a lot of places. I know people were running Fushan teams in Clan Boss to get the speed up. It's quite a nice aura. Then you've got this quadruple hitter. They're random though. It's not like an AoE. Each hit has a 75% chance when booked of placing big version decreased defense. You can get this down to a 3-turn cooldown. We've got the A2 over here. Double hitter AoE. Each has a 20% chance, books up to 35% chance of placing a stun for 1 turn. This goes down to a 3-turn cooldown. And then finally, attacks one enemy, 25% chance of placing an extra hit. He is the kind of champion that could get buffed, I feel like. So I can kind of be interested in that. All in all, it's a pretty cool kit compared to what we have in Raid Shadow Legends now in Year of Our Lord 2025. It's lacking a bit, but he is a Lizardman. Even at 50, he's going to have a place on the account. I think what we'll do is probably build him in a stun set to get even extra opportunities. So we get the double hitter here, potentially 1 in 4 times. Then we get the double AoE, lots of chances for extra stuns on top of the base chance for stuns, and then the quad hitter. There's stuff in here. It's a good aura. Don't have to be too upset. Not going to be excited, but don't have to be too upset. And we do have one more. We do have one more to do. Are we going to go back-to-back 20x on Feral? Come on, baby. No. And we got Aishma. Aishma's a pretty cool kit. She's also Mikage Epic. I have her. So this is a dupe for her now. So for the time being, it will be a Faction Guardian. I think she's one of the better kits of a Mikage Epic. Not my favorite. For me, my favorite Mikage kits are Delaja over here. And then I really like, what's her name? Ilsinia. I really like her kit as well. There we go. That is going to be the polls. We hit gold. That's kind of cool. Kind of wish it wasn't Fushan, but it could have been a lot worse than Fushan. Lizardmen is one of the factions for sure I need help in. And there we have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Fastidious. If you like my stuff, please be sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to start playing Raid Shadow Legends today, you're new to the game, maybe you want to start a new account, maybe you want to start another account, use my link in the description and the top pinned comment. It is the best link in the land. Almost immediately, you are going to get Elenarl, Tagoar, Tayrel, and the phenomenal Fayne. It's the best way to start. Get after it. Thanks for watching. Share with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.